It is pretty. Look how long the shadows are now. But as we can see, things are going to change quite soon. I love trees. I don't know why, I would just love to have like a house that was integrated with this tree, but the rest of it would be underground. And here, my friends, is the final sunset that we're going to see in Wagga. So I'm very glad that I can share that with you. Isn't that pretty? Let's see if we can get ourselves sitting in it. Hey, hey, we love you right back. There we go. There's our beautiful sunset. Something to enjoy. Isn't that beautiful? Oh man, that is bright as. It's gorgeous, huh? Let me show it again to you. So here she is. They're different. You can actually climb them. That would be awesome. Definitely got to do that in Canada. So there it is, moving at 1,000 miles per hour. Isn't it amazing? Look at that. As if anyone wanted to like not live in this university. It is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. It's so huge. So now let's go sit here and enjoy the sun together. Yeah, good timing, huh? So this will be our goodbye for Wagga. It was a lovely time. Meals will be starting in approximately 15 minutes. So I have some time to sit here and try and download the events of today. I stick to myself for the most part, but it's very interesting to hear human interactions. I'm starting to figure out certain patterns within the chaos. There were some weird things that happened, like I was showing some people the cover of the book, and then one of them said, "Oh, you were really cute." I said, "Yeah," and then whenever I've learned this rule as the autist, that whenever someone says "were," then I have a rehearsed line, which is amazing what time can do, huh? Now, that's my phrase that I use if anyone said, "Oh, you were big back then, amazing what time can do. Oh, you were small back then, amazing what time can do." So as the autist, I've learned to say amazing what time can do, right? That's my rule. Now you know one of my rules, okay? This is what I want to build up in the autist dictionary, by the way. That's one of my projects at some point, to build the first ever autist to neurotypical dictionary. Trial and error, it's what I've learned that works. But what's interesting is that I just figured out now that it doesn't actually work. It didn't work today, because the response from the girl was, "Oh, you are still cute. Is that what you wanted me to say?" And then that completely blew my mind, because I'm like, I didn't want you to say anything. I've just learned to have a rehearsed response. So now the rule is that I can't say amazing what time does if it's a female who is of a certain age and certain ethnicity. I haven't figured out all of the variables yet. So we're still going on that one. So this is what my brain tries to process each day. I try to download the situations and figure out what girl tongue-tied you. Yeah, because I couldn't understand what the point was of that, and there was a motive ascribed to me which did not exist. I didn't even think of that, because I get too many compliments that I feel are undeserved already with all of the Periscope channels and all of the messages and stuff. So I'm not really into that. It's like it's too much already type of thing. I'm not really used to handling that type of stuff, because growing up, as you guys know, like the abuse was quite significant. So I don't believe those compliments. It might take a long. You only look 25. Touch wood, yeah. Yes, congratulations. Your birthday is also. I am now 25. Also, deal with it. You know, there was a story written. I can't remember who wrote the book. I learned it in English class, about this guy that had so much good fortune that he hung himself. He just couldn't accept it. There was too much guilt because of the amount of suffering in the world. That's one of the reasons I sleep on a couch, by the way. I just can't bring myself to sleep on a bed. But yeah, but now I said to her, something like, "Oh well." Then he commits suicide. Yeah. I said to her, I appreciate the undeserved compliment, and I will return the same compliment to you. But I think she might have taken it as I was giving her an undeserved compliment of being cute in reply. See, this is my brain just goes over the situation. How did it work? Was that I have to then memorize for the next time Not to say that, I have to now think of a new revised saying. So it might be something, if someone says, oh, you were cute back then, I'll say, thank you, I'll take it as a compliment. Maybe I'll use that one for now. So that and we'll see if that one works in the next situation. So interesting, before scope, this is what I would do. I would sit here and my mind would just go over and over and over situations to figure out if I was doing the right thing or not. Actually, that's where the book came from. A lot of those thoughts turned into the story. Nothing was every time even in the same situation. That is better. There you go. Well, Bose, thank you. You've eased the pressure, and Dr. Sexy as well. That's good. We've now upgraded. See, I've enhanced my armor. It's like I've built the human man. That should be the next book, The Human Man. And I've built this weapon like the Iron Man, but it's a human man around. See, you guys see this adult human man, but inside is the guy that has no idea what's going on. And the human man is the one who translates from the inside to out, which is good. But yeah, I completed all of the pracs and calculated all of the margins of errors and all of the discrepancies, and I taught many of the other students how to do the same, sent them all of my working, and I finished the whole thing ready to go, proofed it, done it. It was not too bad. It was only a few thousand words, so it's like a 12-page book that I made, and I got another report to do on the rotation of the sun. So for those of you who aren't subscribed to Gabversity, it turns out that the sun does not rotate all in one go. So if the Earth rotated like the sun, then Mexico would overtake Canada every couple of months. I find that hilarious. I have no idea what's going on with people either. Strange times. Okay, thank you very much. I don't really feel bad. Thank you. I like to refine it to get better and better. There is a problem with that, because once you get good enough, then when you make a mistake, people just think you're a narcissist or a sociopath, and it's like, no, I just did not realize something had to be said in that situation. So this is our final sunset. Let's have a look again. Isn't that amazing? Gabsmack let me down. No, Pompous, stay up there. Yo, you can fly down. Can't be bothered. Fair enough. So there is a new radio station that only goes out to my Patreon subscribers. And I have to welcome those two new, that lovely lady Linda and to Captain Deltron. And so I've released 2 editions of our podcast. We've got Lachlan. So Lachlan is my Irish friend. And we've got Eagle and Pompous. And together they've done some radio stuff, which is pretty good. So yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy the beauty while we still have it, as the world around us is changing and morphing. Pompous bitches. Cyanide invited follow. She invites people straight away. She's like, I'm crashing this party. Have a look again. My friends, there is only one way to describe this sunrise, and that is gabulous. Hello, Cyanide. Welcome back. Intellect of the year. Is that not a gabulous sunrise? And then here we have this beautiful, look at that streaming through the trees. Take screenshots of that, bitches. Yeah. It's just gorgeous. Before I had Periscope, I would just sit here and ruminate about adjusting the day's events. Absolutely gabulous. It'd be beautiful to climb these trees and then scope from in the trees. Hello from the UK. Hello, darling. Yeah, that nice fool. And we've got our new Habib. We've got the Habib. Oh my God, bro. Hello, darling. So yes, this is the story. Sunset looks good on me. Oh, I was just wondering. I'm like, the sunset is on me? Yeah, I just realized what you meant. Why, thank you. That's very sweet. You are our imaginary. Look at this gigantic tree. It's gorgeous. So it's reaching freezing soon. It's about 40 degrees now. It'll soon get to 32 pretty quickly. And now I'll go in and have dinner. Another compliment, yeah. Too many compliments. You got quick wit, my dear. That's really good. So what happens now, I talk to you guys, it's unbelievably helps align my mind. Captain Morgan and Coke tonight. Well, we will keep that between us, maybe or maybe not. So what happens is, for the autist, going through a crowd of people is not easy. For a high functioning, I can fight my own instincts. Yeah, cyanide's awesome. She gives me so many ego boosts. I feel my ego trails behind me in the form of Pompous. Pompous gets recharged on that stuff. He's like, darling, I know, but give me more. I might chat with him on the way. Do you have an eidetic memory? Yes, I do. That's a very good question. Very good question. Most humans have it till the age of 7. One of the advantages of autism is a delayed development disorder, which actually maintains the eidetic memory. So everything I'm talking to you about, all the scientific facts and the quantum mechanics and the mathematics, I only learnt that maybe a few minutes or 30 minutes or an hour before I teach it. Look how quickly the sun just dies. So for example, I can tell you guys now that the equator of the sun rotates every 25.3 days. The average is 27, but the top at the poles rotates at 38 days. Bose has a very strong sense of curiosity, which is a high tell for intellect. Gab just does not know how attractive he is. I guess that's the case because I don't see it. So live life here and bright, then gone so soon. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, like life. Absolutely. We know that there are 3 separate... do you believe in global warming? Chiller. Yes. I don't work on belief. And if you go to Gabversity, I did a few lectures on climate change, correlations, causations. So you'll love those lectures, actually. I don't work on belief. I work on confidence levels in assumptions based upon observations. So the sun is setting, but the earth is rotating. They're both true and they're both false. They're not completely true. That's how my brain works. And that's how a true scientist you would expect would work. But unfortunately, universities now... Anyway, this university is an exception. I have to say, my experience at Charles State University has been just unbelievably, extraordinarily terrific. Are you watching a solar eclipse? Ooh, good question. It's about to eclipse behind the building. So here we go. And it's now disappearing, my friends. So it looks like dinner is served. So I am going to go through the mass of people and get triggered on global warming. Where are you from? 500 years ago, I was from Syria. 50 years ago from Lebanon. And now I'm from Sydney. Thank you very much, my dear. You'll have to... my conclusions about global warming is that 2 things can both be true. Just like the sun goes around the earth and the earth goes around the sun, it depends upon your frame of reference. And if you look, you will see, if you seek, you shall find. The leader of the Christians did not know how right he was. It's called cognitive bias. If you look for a pattern, you will see it, because conclusions are not scientific, but facts are. No, we were Syriac people, yeah. 50 years from now, if I'm still alive. I don't know. I've got to do the American book tour. So that's going to be between now and then. But I love that question. Very sharp. You can always pick the sharp ones. I love that. Well, I think most people on these scopes think differently. Otherwise, you'd be watching falling cats. It's called weather. Well, we have to start with what we define as weather and climate, and what's warming and what's the globe. And then from there, we can stem up and see what we agree and what we don't agree upon. Sharpness is where you find it. Clearly between lines. Am I autistic? Yes, I'm a high-functioning autistic. Go to YouTube and look at Gabsmacked channel, at the Gabsmack channel, and then look at Second Live Autism Speech. There is a book now which has finally been released. Oh, that's right, in Why Arse. Hey, I'm going back to Why Arse tonight. I'm going to head back to Sydney tonight in a couple of hours after I finish my observations of the stars. But there's a book on xlibris.com, and it's called Speaking a Human, The Tragedy of the Retarded Genius. and it's all about my trips to the Middle East and Australia and the arrests and trying to learn how to get out of the autism and how much of a mistake that was and how we ended up meeting each other on Periscope. Time to go eat, my friends. I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you, Shank. I like you right back. I am guessing you are about 42 years old. And hello from London, darling. Wagga wagga. How do you know you are autistic? Then you need to go to Gabsmacked on YouTube and watch Second Live Autism Speech. And like most people, you'll be either really shocked. I'm heading off, my friends. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Live Gabulous.